Welcome to Monday Morning Dharma on November 3rd. Thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead and begin with some meditation. Please go ahead and settle into a comfortable meditation posture. Please take care to ensure that your spine is straight and relaxed. And settle. Settle in like a mountain, balanced and grounded. Perfect equanimity with whatever arises. No expectation, no speculation, no judgment. We can now engage in the meditation on the inner body. To accomplish this, please draw your awareness inside of your body and become aware of sensations. These sensations may start in your hands and your feet in the form of a tingling, perhaps a lightness, perhaps a heaviness, perhaps a pulsation. No analysis is necessary. There's nothing to figure out. Just be the silent observer of these sensations and allow a more tranquil, awakened state of awareness to emerge. Deep within the interior of the Gila wilderness, there is a mountain that has never been observed by human eyes. This mountain has consciousness, and as such, you can know that all it does, day after day, year after year, century after century, is observe silently. Snow may fall on the mountain, the wind may blow, the sun may shine, leaves may appear on the branches of a nearby tree, change color, and then fall to the ground. The mountain simply observes silently. Your own awakening may not occur for several centuries. It may occur later today. It may occur somewhere in between. For now, please continue to silently observe sensations within your own body mountain. Complete liberation from all conceptual extremes is the supreme monarch of views. Boundless vastness is the supreme monarch of meditations. Being directionless and utterly impartial is the supreme monarch of conduct. Self-liberation beyond expectation or hope is the supreme result or fruition. Please redirect your awareness. Become aware again of this collection of parts we've agreed to label physical body, and allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the weight of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of your body. Become aware again of your surroundings inside the room that you're occupying. Deeper and deeper breaths, becoming aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you're occupying. We dedicate all of the merit, all of the positive energy from this morning's meditation and Dharma talk to world peace. May all beings without exception soon come to enjoy inner and outer freedom. May all beings without exception be completely free from all forms of emotional and physical suffering. May all beings without exception soon come to enjoy complete awakening. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. You and welcome back. And speaking of welcome back, Diana. It's nice to have you with us again. Um,
Thank you. Good to be here again.
good, good. So, um, a week or two ago, I sent out an email to folks saying that we're about to wrap up our discussion of In Love with the World, the story of Yangye Mingyur's wandering retreat, and asked, where do we go from here? What do y'all feel like you'd like to do? And I'm grateful for all of you who responded. And those of you who didn't respond, I just took that to mean you're content with whatever, as my Aldo Leopold middle schoolers say when I asked them what's the definition of contentment, and they said being good with whatever. So yeah, that's works for me. Yeah. The majority of the responses, a pretty strong majority actually, were to focus for the indefinite future on foundational teachings. And a fairly substantial number of people said that they would like to learn more about Buddhist fundamentals. So happy to oblige in that respect. Um, I'll tell you what our classes are going to look like going forth as we dive deeper into Buddhist doctrine. And I'll tell you that a lot of what I'm going to talk about over the next few weeks and months are going to be topics that you've already heard about. Um, I've been leading meditations in Silver City since 2008, and kind of Buddhist meditation is really all I know, more or less. And so it's kind of what we've been talking about all along, anyways. I think what will happen going forward is kind of a more traditional presentation of Buddhist doctrine and Buddhist view. Won't be a lot of ritual, there won't be a lot of that, a lot of the ritual that's ritual and structure that takes place in sort of traditional Buddhist environments, temples and monasteries and stuff like that. It'll be more relaxed than that and kind of more traditional than what we've done in the past. Um, I just want to make some appeals to you as we go forward with this new revised approach. Um, and my appeals to you mostly have to do with making these teachings and these meditations a priority in your life. Um, I think that I would guess that for some of us who have been participating in these classes for a while, especially with the Yangye Mingyur text, which, Yangye Mingyur's a Buddhist monk, and he sort of writes in a Buddhist context. So, and we've had other workshops that talked about the six perfections and some of these things. I would imagine that that a lot of us have been participating in these classes in the name of learning more about Buddhism. I'd like to invite you to consider upping your game a little bit in this regard and play with the idea of not just learning about Buddhist view and Buddhist doctrine, but taking refuge in these teachings. Yeah. Taking them as refuge, and that's a common term that's used in Buddhism, is refuge. In particular, taking refuge in the three jewels, what are referred to as the three jewels of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Dharma, I think we know, are wisdom-based teachings. Sangha is our spiritual community. And when we talk about the Buddha jewel, we might immediately think, oh, that's like the founder of Buddhism, like the one who discovered all of this stuff 2,600 years ago in India underneath the Bodhi tree. Buddha Shakyamuni is his official name or formal name. We are talking about that. We are talking about the first Buddha, and we're talking about the Buddhas who came after him. That's one of the beautiful things, in my opinion, about Buddhism. One of the most beautiful, most, for me, compelling aspects of it is the Buddha didn't say, I'm the Buddha and I'm the enlightened one, and the rest of y'all are ordinary beings. Never the two shall meet, right? He said, I did it and you can do it too. And I'm going to show you how to do, I'm going to show you how it worked for me. And please feel free to take from this what you'd like. Um, if you want to take these teachings and use them as a means to become more patient, then that's great. That's a wonderful purpose for taking refuge in the three jewels. Um, if you want to um, take refuge in these teachings, in these three jewels in order to become a bodhisattva, that's wonderful as well. A beautiful aspiration. If you want to engage in these teachings in the name of attaining complete and permanent liberation and enlightenment from all forms of suffering, that's available to you as well. Lots and lots of beings have done it. Lots and lots of men and women. This is not started out as a patriarchal path. Since then, it has evolved, thankfully. And many, many, many countless men and women have attained the complete freedom of full enlightenment. Another aspect of the Buddha jewel that I'd like you to consider is just the Buddha ideal. not just sort of like the flesh and blood, or maybe even illusory body. They're sort of different bodies of the Buddha, the Dharmakaya. Some of you might be familiar with the term, the Dharmakaya, the truth body. But in considering the Buddha jewel, I would just invite you to think perhaps about the Buddha ideal, the Buddha potential that we all have. You can just rest with that if you want. You can go through and learn all of the other stages of the path to enlightenment and practice them and do all that. Of course, that's wonderful. But I would invite you to likewise just think about the Buddha ideal, which each of us have. Sometimes it's called Buddha nature, sometimes it's called Buddha seed. Just this ideal, even if you don't pursue it initially, just think about this pure potential we have for full awakening, this pure potential that every sentient being has for full awakening. Then maybe take that as image, your image of the Buddha jewel. So, other ways to make this a priority, if you're so inclined. Come participate in the classes, right? Participate in the classes on a regular basis, please. In person is ideal, whether, in person here or zooming in for our 8:30 gatherings. I know we all lead busy lives, and it's just not available to us, to participate at this time on these days. The classes are all recorded and posted on Lotus Center's YouTube channel. So please do your very best to keep up with the classes. Yeah, try not to fall too far behind. And the other one is the other loving appeal that I'm going to make is to the extent that you're not already, try to establish a consistent meditation practice. Yeah. Daily is ideal. If you can work it, there's no substitute for daily practice. There just isn't. I had another thought I was going to share about meditation, but I lost it. It'll come back to me, hopefully. So where we're going to go from here is we're going to start in the next couple of classes, starting on Friday, is going to be a brief presentation of the life of Buddha, of Shakyamuni, the first Buddha who offered all of these teachings that were the 84,000 teachings. Just a short, maybe two, maybe three classes, just presentation of the life of Buddha. After that, we'll talk about the four noble truths, the first teaching that the Buddha gave after he attained enlightenment. You should know suffering. You should abandon origins. You should attain cessations. That's an important one. You should attain cessations. By the way, lots of shoulds there. Preface them all by saying, if you want to be free from suffering, you should know suffering. If you want to be free from suffering, you should abandon origins. 3, you should attain cessations. 4, you should practice the path. So that's going to be the next part of what we're going to do. And then after that, we're going to get into what are called the 21 Lamrim meditations. This is a series of meditations which are the stages of the path to enlightenment. 21 meditations that we do sequentially over and over and over. And I'll talk about what those are, of course. The 21 Lamrim meditations are a cornerstone of the practice of the Tibetan school that I was trained in, the Kadampa tradition. These are teachings that are the teachings of Buddha, but organized by a Buddhist saint named Atisha. organize them in 21 sequence progressive, and we practice them over and over, and this will lead to a cessation of our suffering, and then ultimately, if we have good fortune and good karma, complete awakening. So how wonderful is all of this? Yes, really, really enthused about it. Let me see if the last thing I wanted to share about meditation comes back to me. Maybe it's just that the meditation techniques that I'm going to teach are the ones that we've been practicing all along, but we will conjoin these practices, meditation on the inner body, with the 21 Lamrim meditation. So that's down the ways a little bit. No need to concern yourself with it now. Um, there you have it. I asked in the email, what's our way? Where do we go from here? Based on your input, that's where we're going to go. I'm really excited and really looking forward to it. Have a have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. This is really exciting. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
You have a good week too. Thank you.
Bye bye.